Hi, hello guys, this is Dharanz. Welcome back to my channel once again, Code with Dharanz Part 8 video. In this video, we're gonna see what is a model property, how to pass values between controller and view using model properties, how to use one or more model property values in a view, then how to pass single data to the view. So let's get started. Here I have already created a web application which is being created in the previous videos. If you're not checked with that video, go and check with that. I have given those video link in the description. So let's expand this. To create model property, we need to create model class. So inside the model folder, I'm gonna create one model class, add class. This is normal C# class. So I am named the class as test model. So model class has been created. So I'm gonna create some properties. So let's consider as this a string. Employee name. These are all properties. So naming convention should be in a Pascal case. Then when you create a model property, for a simple shortcut to type prop and double press tab button, you could create a model property. So next I'm gonna create salary for employee. So that's all. Now we move on to the controller. So we're gonna handle this model property into controller, test controller. In this text controller, in action result, I'm gonna pass this model property. To use model properties in the controller, we should specify that as a namespace. Just copy this namespace of a model, then mention here. So now we can have access to use this model properties here. So I'm gonna take this model property as a list. So I am using list of test model to creating a test model. This should be an object. So new test model. So employee name is equal to Jack. Jack gets more, really. Sam, Mike. Mike is a high salary pay user. So I am sending this model property to the view. That's it. We just handle the model property. So now we move on to the view. I'm gonna take this model property values to the view. I just already passed it. Now to go to the view, right click on the function name, then go to view. Here's a view. To use those model class, we should provide at model property and make this as a list. First we are returning that as a list. So here namespace is so important. Sample app models dot test model. So I'm gonna make this a table. I'm using Bootstrap, so everything has to be go properly. Whereas you're not able to see the perfect picture of data. So I am creating a table. Here employee name, these are all table headers, and employee salary. This is table header which is static in our front end. So the data has to be dynamic. So dynamic data, we should loop the list, then only we can get each and every value from the list. So for a loop, I'm just using for each instead of for. If when you start the code with the prefix of at in CSHTML page that will create allows you to write C# codes inside the HTML. That's called C# HTML, CSHTML. So I'm just going with for each where item in model. Then let me copy this. So we're gonna loop the row. So the total tr that we want. So this has to be td, not th. So here we should use a razor view to write a C# code. Item is in a C#. So item dot employee name at item dot salary. So that's it. When you run the application, you could see all the model data in the view. Here we go. Our application ran successfully without getting any errors in the first attempts. So here we have mentioned these Jack, Sam, Mike's salaries in a controller. I just taken those model values to the view. I just passed the value without having any interruptions. So that's it. Now we're gonna see how to pass one or more model values into the view. So let's start the application. To create one or more model properties, we need one or more model classes first. So I'm just going to test model. I'm gonna create a couple of model classes, which will be employee model. Another one is department model. Oh god. Okay, department model. So for employee model, I'm just copy this. For department model, department ID, department name. This should be integer and this should be string. So I am just giving the model reference, the instance of the model as a list inside the test model, because we can't declare the couple of model values inside the view at model property. So we are merging those model into the one model. We gonna use this test model to the view. So it's quite confusing, but when you code, you could clear instead of the I am just setting this as a list. So emp model, this should be depth model. Now you could clear what I have done. I just mentioned these two model classes as a list inside the another test model. So I'm gonna use this test model as a normal unlist model in a controller. To use that, just use this test model alone, not a list. Use this as an object first. So we no need of this. To create a property, to insert a properties, I'm gonna create a couple of functions. Employee model get employees. So emp model is equal to new, the same process which we have done before. Sam salary 25,000. Mike gets his salary, so return, we should return because the return type of this function is list of employee model. So list of employee model return. Another function is for department model. Get department, sorry, ID should come first. Department ID 1, department name R&D. So the next, oh my, the next one is department ID 2, department name development. So why I'm getting error? Has to be changed as department model. Return type is department model. So that's it. Now we have to insert the data model dot employee model get employees, because get employees returns the list of employee model. Here employee model denotes the list of employee model, so matched. So department model get department. That's it. Here we're gonna take the test model not as a list first. Delete this. I'm gonna use the employee model because when we do something in a controller, the for each razor view is not getting refreshed. This is a quietly, we can say, the bug of Visual Studio. Further, you can delete or else you can close the file and reopen it again. So I'd like to type sample app dot, we should use a namespace here, employee model emp in model dot employee model, because we can only loop the list value. The list value of a model instance is inside the test model. So I could clear now. The same process. And here the model property is emp, so employee name m dot salary. I'm gonna duplicate this once again. So for that we could create another table for department 2. DPT has to be there. PT department ID PT department name. So that's it. Everything set perfect. If we run this application, we could see the both model values in the view. Let's run the application. So our application runs successfully without having any errors again. So this is our employee detail. This is oh, something is bad here. Here is also employee name. I haven't changed department ID department name. Just a view, just refresh the page. Here we go. This is employee details from another employee model. This is department details from a department model. Two different models render in a same view. Next, we're gonna see how to show a single object data, not a list, a single object data. For this, we no need to go back to the model. I'm gonna take this employee model, go to the controller here. For your qualification, I just commented it. I'm gonna use employee model. Here model dot employee name is equal to John. Model dot salary is equal to John gets the lowest pay because he's a fresher now. So employee model, I gonna use this employee model in this model. We no need to use a list here because we haven't passed a list of employee model here. So just delete this because it will create unwanted errors. Now we no need to loop it. Instead of emp variable, I'm gonna use model itself. Now if we run the application, we could see the single model value, so single object value in a view. Let's run the application. Here we go. The single model object data has been passed from controller to the view, and we are now looking at those value. These are a single value. We not even looped it. That is a minimal number of man effort. So that's it guys for this video. I sure you guys are love this video and it will be helpful to you. If you like this video, just click the like button and share this video, comment this video if you have any queries, and most importantly just subscribe and press the bell icon to get my latest video updates. I have uploaded this video's Tamil version. I just given the link in the description. Go and check it. I'll meet you again in next wonderful video of part 9. Thank you.